I can't hear you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I can't hear you. Did we make ourselves clear? Did we make ourselves clear? Get the wax up out your ear. Me and River is here.
That's right.
And we gonna make ourselves clear. I say it's crystal. Because transparency is golden, y'all. Know what I mean? Big shout out to all the Libras. This is Libra season. But watch out. Because the Scorpios is out. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, everybody.
Know what I'm talking about.
What's up?
What up, cuzzo?
Yeah. How y'all doing?
How y'all feel out there?
We got somebody special.
It's special.
So special, guys.
It's very, very special. We gonna make ourselves clear.
We're gonna give it about.
Got to make ourselves
today.
Clear. Give them some time just to come on in, just to come on in.
I'll give you about 2 to 3 more minutes.
But take your shoes off at the door. Cause we gonna make ourselves clear. We gonna make ourselves clear. Can you hear me? Tell me, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right.
All right. Testing the mic, testing 1, 2. Now, what you hear is just a test.
Rapping to the beat.
Just to give y'all a sneak preview of what we about to do. We got something pretty special for you.
That's right.
And you too.
If you're in here, go ahead and send us a message. Let us know you've made it in.
Come on, man. Call before you come. Don't just pop over. You know. Let us know. Hey. What up, y'all? We vibing. I'm a whole vibe. Toast to the haters. I see you.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in for one more episode of Did We Make Ourselves Clear? I'm your co-host, River.
Right, and I'm KP, and you know this.
We are the podcast that presents to you clarity about all things love,
all
life,
things,
and everything
baby.
in between. And today we have
Tef Poe, the legendary, the classic, the iconic, the St. Louis hometown native, the hip hop connoisseur, the hip hop doer, a brother that is actually an activist as well as a rapper and an MC. I want to bring him up, just to introduce a phenomenal guy. He's a fellow St. Louis hip hopper. I got mad respect for him. He's been being about what he preaches, being an example of what I think, hip hop and being conscious in Black America really needs to look like. I think he's the personification, next to myself, St. Louis's own Tef Poe. What's up, my brother?
What's up, man? What's up?
Welcome.
What's up?
Joe.
Welcome.
Thank you for giving us your time, bro.
We
Flat
will
out.
appreciate
Man,
We could've been anywhere.
Y'all family, man. So we're gonna get
For sure.
Right on,
That's
right
right.
on.
It's
We got some
up.
comments coming
Oh, we
in.
do, man.
Oh, yeah.
Already? Already,
Some
Kyle.
people are coming into the room. That's all that is. Well, before we get this cracking, and the show is titled Then and Now, Lessons of Ferguson, and we're going to talk with the activist
That's
and
right.
rap artist, Tef Poe. He's going to tell us his thoughts, his views, and then we're going to get into some much more relaxed info about what's going on in his current life.
That's right. So we'd be talking about Ferguson before you know, in the past and in the present. And, you know, I want to be able to ask the first question, get it started with Mr. Tef Poe, AKA Brother Kareem. You know what I'm saying? Salam, brother. Did you consider yourself an activist, you know, before the Mike Brown and the Ferguson unrest? Or, you know, what was your viewpoints as far as, you know, just a person in general and a hip hop person as you are? What was your mindset like before Ferguson?
So I really to this day don't really consider myself an activist.
Okay. Interesting.
I consider myself, if anything, you don't give yourself this title. Your legacy gives you this title, but
that's right.
I aspire to be a revolutionary.
That's
so
dope, man.
I think that looks different than activism because I'm about at the end of the day just about Black liberation and the liberation of all people. For real. So I don't necessarily, but before Ferguson, you know, you follow me, you know, I've been about what I've been about. I was involved in, you know, trying to raise the minimum wage with the fast food workers and the people that worked at Walmart and all the retail.
Fight for 15, homie, I remember.
Yep, I was out there beating the pavement with them.
Yeah.
I've been registering folks to vote for so long. I've always been involved. I've been feeding people, and you know, my music talks about that stuff.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's all in your music.
More power, man.
It's just who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's dope, man. So you know what I'm saying, as you actually get out into the community and doing hip hop, what do you think is kind of changed, you know, as far as what your output is? Do you think people receive your music differently now that Ferguson has happened? You know, because I was conscious, like you said before Ferguson happened, I was talking about, you know, Black ideas and ideas of peace and unity in the hood. But do you feel like there's now a new audience listening now that Ferguson has happened to your brand of hip hop?
Man, so the way I really feel about St. Louis and the whole Ferguson movement in conjunction to hip hop is that we were ahead of our time.
Right.
And a lot of us were coming with messages and different type of stuff in our music that was telling people what was up. I compare it to like Wu-Tang Forever when they dropped the second album and they was like, yo, second album coming with a comment or whatever. That's kind of how we were. We were, you know, certain types of St. Louis artists were ahead of our time. Because people were more prone to, you know, party music coming from here.
Man, you ain't lying, man. I'm guilty of it, man, you know, because we came to prominence in the mid-90s and, you know, we established ourselves with the phrase twerk. So I'm guilty of bringing some of that booty bounce from down south up to St. Louis. And you're right, man. We've always kind of been like a Bible Belt, you know, community. But little do they know that hip hop, real vintage hip hop, has always lived in St. Louis, and New York has always known that about us. So that's what I really respect, you know.
About a lot of people don't know the first rap record was played on the radio in East St. Louis.
Exactly. You know, from the days of the Wiz, man, and the Animal House. You know, I used to carry records for DJ Jockenstein, and you know, to be able to be around guys like that. And Father Lou Times, man, you know, they were breaking some of the first hip hop records when I was just a little kid. And I know for a fact hip hop was living here presently in St. Louis. And I would like to see it come back because I think it's left.
I also want to put it out there to the people that are watching. If you have any questions for Tef, we're definitely taking them. So just go ahead and send us something. But in the meantime, I'm really about rules and maybe not so much rules, but how can we make sure that this doesn't happen again? That we
as it relates to Ferguson, right?
Exactly, relating to Ferguson. What can we do as a group of people, all of us?
What's your thoughts, bro? You know, as far as what can we do as a community, especially after the events in Ferguson? What do you think we as Black people need more of? You know, what would be the first step?
I think it starts with acknowledging our current situation. Black people and people of color and Black adjacent people are we are, especially in the United States, we are a conquered people, and we've been conquered for quite some time now. But and so when you see Black folks rebelling against the system, that's what we rebelling against quintessentially.
Right.
The fact that we are under the domain of somebody else's jurisdiction.
So you saying we're coming out of that Stockholm syndrome type of vibe?
And
okay.
I think it just starts with acknowledging that we all have a right to have power over our lives and over our destiny.
Sovereignty.
And a lot of people don't understand that. They think it's about police brutality, or it's about this, about this, about that. It's really just about the fact that you, as a human being with melanated skin, you have the right to have a wholesome existence that doesn't have to worry about certain things. And if you got to worry about those things, then you need to ask yourself, why do you have to worry about those things?
Right. Why?
Why is that
necessary? You know what I'm saying? Who is putting this pressure on me in my life, and how can I get it off me? That's what I look at. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep, bro.
That's deep. I think things like this, like Ferguson, will continue to happen, but I think hopefully moving forward, we now know that we have the ability to organize. To me, that's the most important thing that came out of that, is that we realize we have the ability to organize.
That's key, man, to mobilize and organize. I'm glad you kind of touched on that. But the next question for me would be, basically, what do you learn? What did you learn about yourself, as it relates to Ferguson? What did you learn about Ferguson? How did Ferguson impact you? And what did you learn about yourself after the event?
I learned that I'm human just like everybody else. First of all, and I was a person out there trying to lend whatever I could to the unity of my people. You know what I'm saying? And that came at a different price sometimes. Sometimes it came with going to jail. Sometimes it came with arguing with people who didn't understand that I wasn't just doing this for show, that I really stood behind what I believe in. And
I'm glad you said that, bro, because a lot of people kind of, ostracized a lot of people that came into prominence around that time, thinking that we were perhaps being exploitive of the events that happened in Ferguson. But I beg to defer. I like to see the rise of individuals that became conscious during that era, because we actually needed those voices, man. Hip hop is so integral to who we are as a culture. And if we were still doing that coon type of music, forgive my French, but if we're still doing that without some kind of protest or some kind of anthem music, man, I don't think our mindsets would even be ready to go where it needs to go, in real time, in reality.
And the thing is, bro, I like all types of music, like you.
Yeah, me too.
All types of music. I like all types of vibes. I like all types of energies. But I also just got something in me. I just know how to keep it real.
Yeah.
How to go from,
it's real.
And speaking of that, what artist or genre of music is your biggest influence and style? And when did that come about? What age did you?
Well, my favorite artists are Tupac, Miles Davis. I take a lot of influence from Miles, being a Black man that was from the same area as me. Blowing up, changing the whole sound of music, and I feel that there are so many artists like him that came from the same soil that we came from.
Man, no doubt, man. Big shout out to the former mentor of mine, Oliver Sane. He was a St. Louis classic guy, man. Signature dude, rest in peace. But he was the first person that gave me my studio chance to, I used to cut the reels back in the day for him in the studio. So, big shout out to those guys, because St. Louis is just like royal ground for music.
It really is, bro. It really is.
Yeah, I can see all of them.
But yeah, Miles played a big influence on me. Pac, obviously, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be an artist if there was no Tupac.
Right, I feel you, bro.
And then outside of that, I listened to, the same, my influences could be anything from Jay Dilla to Ice Cube, from Ice Cube to Dipset, from Lil Wayne to Easy E. I just listen to quality stuff.
Music, man, music.
You know,
and who think that a kid like you from St. Louis would be bumping shoulders with the likes of Rebel Diaz, Lupe Fiasco,
man,
you know what I'm saying? Fabulous, Talib Kweli.
I never
I
would
mean, that's much respect, bro. We've been proud of you for a while in St. Louis, watching, you know, you reach those milestones, bro.
I never would have thought, man. And I meet some of these people like Kweli, you know, me and him good friends.
That's what's up.
And but you know, he'll bring me out for a show or something, and it'll trip me out every time. You know, he on the mic talking about, yeah, Tef Poe, one of my favorite rappers. I'm like, yo,
that's huge.
My mind never, I never take nothing like that for granted.
I wouldn't either, bro. Big shout out to Talib Kweli.
Right.
Classic. That's definitely classic.
Some Talib Kweli.
When you look at society, though, brother, what do you see about society right now that perhaps can bring you a little hope? What do you see that's hopeful for us to see?
I think that people's education is expanding. I think Black folks are using technology much like what y'all doing right now. We're creating our own media mechanisms. We're not waiting on folks. We building our own things. And we telling our stories in a more dynamic way than what we used to tell them. And we know we are starting to understand our equity, how much we bring to the table. And I think when you look at that, and you look at what y'all doing with this show, what other people are doing with other shows, other platforms, is people saying, look, I don't have to wait on a magical boogeyman in the sky to pick me up and help me create what I want to create. And I think a lot of people are just taking that bull by the horn and running with it. And I find a lot of motivation in that, because I know a lot of innovation is going to come out of it.
Man, that's dope. I mean, that's really like history repeating itself, because it happened in the unrest during the 70s that birthed hip hop in 72. You know what I mean? A lot of Black and brown individuals, and like you said, just people of color in general being suppressed and needing the outlet, you know, that really brought about a lot of change in our society. And I think 2014 was very pivotal, you know, a moment for us to be able to, you know, claim our voice and be able to, like you said, control the narrative of how we are being viewed and looked at. And that kind of brings me to the next question, bro, is basically what moment, you know, what artists basically really influenced, you know, your style? What era, you know, brought you to where you knew hip hop was for you? What brought that moment to you?
It's funny, the show, first time I opened up for Lupe, it was actually my brother Black Spade.
Like always.
Most definitely.
He had a show down under the arch, downtown, the arch with Lupe. And brought me on stage to do a couple records. And this was before one of my songs that ended up being like my first real radio record came out. And when the beat dropped, I'm talking about, we had at least 15,000 people down there, if not more. Beat dropped.
Yeah, I know, right?
I had never been on stage in front of that many people at that time. Then I saw that the beat drop, and I saw the wave of bodies responding to that bass
energy.
like, yo, y'all gotta be kidding me, man! Like,
oh man, that's giving me goosebumps thinking about it.
I know. I was just thinking that.
I quit my job
for sure.
After that, I was watching.
I would have too. Right after that,
man, that bring it back, man. You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do and leap out on faith.
Right.
As they say. So I definitely feel that, man. That would have did it for me too.
You can't be on stage in front of that many people and go back washing dishes at the boathouse. You know,
come on, bro. I had keep it 100. I keep it a buck.
I had to let it breathe, you know. So I let it, right. You know. So I but the thing about me is, I come from a working class background, and I think it's important to let people know, because I've done big shows, I've done small shows, You know, but at the end of the day, you get in this game, you get out what you put into it. And I learned that a long time ago. I was a member of a collective of artists, and I used to watch people who I considered to be exceptionally more talented than me, not willing to work as hard as I was willing to work.
Man, that sweat equity is huge. You got to put in the work.
My situation is the work. It's not the
yeah.
A lot of people got talent, but nobody give a damn about your talent. When you got a dog on the field that's a dog, he gonna work day and night. She gonna work.
Man,
that dog is gonna win.
That's right, man. Because that brings me to like one thing that I heard Brother Will Smith say once before. He said, "You may be better than me, you may be more talented than me, but one thing's for sure: you will never work as hard as I will." And he said, "I die trying." You know what I'm saying? Just get rich and die trying. It's like you got to have the heart of a tiger and a lion, man.
You I heard that same quote. That's wild. Yeah, that's one of them quotes I actually refer to for motivation. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's real though. That's real. I live by it myself. It's like you got to go out there and kill it every time. You got to set the bar so high that nobody can really mess with you. You know what I'm saying? If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
That's exactly right.
So you know what I'm saying? That brings me to my last question for real. And this is a big one for me because, you know, I'm doing hip hop music on a positive tip as well. I got a project called Cognitive Dissonance that's coming out. And I wanted to know what's your feedback on how can we popularize positive hip hop music? Because it seems so taboo. It's so taboo today that you have to search for us. You know, we don't get shoved down your throat like WAP or whatever. Not hating on none of them type of artists, but how can we gain some balance? What's your ideas on that?
I think we just gotta do what we doing. We gotta make it cool. You know, a lot of times people don't like positive hip hop because
why is that?
Really, I think it depends on what your mind frame of what's positive and what's not. Like I like to rap as a rapper. Face is one of my favorite rappers.
Damn right. Brad Jordan, hey, prayers for him too, man. He going through it. Yeah.
He is actually. He really is. A lot of people might say, well, he ain't no positive artist. You know what I'm saying?
He is.
Positive to me. He was giving me game growing up.
He grew me up. Uncle Face. Big shout out to Uncle Face.
But I think music, man, when you think about when you first started listening to hip hop and you started developing your mind started recognizing what you was listening to, and you start connecting to like, oh snap, he said, well, oh shoot. I think it's a thing where we got to get back to dropping game in our records.
Right.
You know,
I like that.
People want the knowledge. They want the game. I can never live your life. I'll never live your life. You are one-to-one. I can never walk in your shoes. I can never do what you've done. I'm never going to be able to feel your experience. But boy, you can make some music that's gonna make me feel like I'm right there in that car with you, right? And, you know?
Yeah, man, you gotta draw like P, rest in peace, said rhyme so vivid that I see what you saying. You gotta have some wordplay, man. And what I like about the old school was that, you know, the level of skill that was there really was something that grew us up. You know, the mentality, the mindset of the hip hoppers of old, they grew you up. They were like our uncles and our aunts giving us game. Whereas today it's like we hear our kids, you know, kind of kicking in.
You just said it, bro. They was giving you game. You were telling you stuff like, you know, I learned about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of different type of rap records. And I think that, like you said, just to finish answering your question, that's what the positive artists got to get back to. Like I hear a lot of cats, they be making different type of records. And I be like, yo, that's dope what you talking about.
Yeah.
But I personally don't want to, it's not necessarily good music.
Yeah. It took no skill to do it.
This could be music is good. The music still gotta be mind-blowingly good music.
And that's what I like about, you know, what I was listening to. You know, I've been following you for a while. And what I like about you is that it's quality, you know, regardless of it being positive, it's like the vehicle is plush. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the vehicle to where people could buy into it. And it's unadulterated. It's not sugar coated. Like Cube said, it ain't wise to chastise and preach, but to open the eyes of each. So I think that's what your music does in a nutshell, man. Every time I listen, it's a poignant message. And I think that's where the hip hoppers are missing today, is just substance and storytelling, allegorical messaging, you know what I mean? Because they have weaponized hip hop today to where it no longer is putting money in the pockets of our communities, but it's actually bleeding money out of our pockets, you know?
Yeah.
Let's go into this new album. I'm excited.
I know,
about
right?
that. I'm
right.
ready. I'm
For sure.
ready. Talk to us about Careful.
Careful.
Yeah. So today I dropped a new single called "Be Careful." I recorded it a couple months ago when all the Corona stuff kicked off.
Right.
We didn't know what was gonna happen with the world. So
right. Who did? Right.
So I just wanted to get some music made that I felt matched the energy of the moment. And
likewise, I concur, brother, because that COVID, man, it brought out a lot of creativity, if you ask me, man. It inspired a lot of guys going through writer's block, honestly.
Come on. So I locked in with this producer from I think he stayed in Texas, but he came to St. Louis, and we spent like 3-4 days in the studio. Brother named Peter.
Big shout out.
And so he produced the record. I'm on Tommy Boy, which is the same label that De La Soul was on.
Man, I already know. Hip hop, naughty by nature.
Easy. I'm trying to get them to set something up with me and Tretch. If I could,
Tretch?
Yeah.
I can see y'all. That'll be nice.
But, so that joint out, man. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music.
Yes, so we got a link.
Man,
here.
we definitely got the link.
Check it out.
Check Tef Poe out. It's classic vintage hip hop. It's dope. It's today's hip hop. It's everything for you. You know what I'm saying? Get that, because it's gonna be large. It's still large and in charge. And Tef, I want to hold you to your word. I want to get a collaboration with you, dog.
Let's go.
Let's do it, man. So they can expect us soon.
Rick always know how to get in touch with me some type of way.
We always end up bumping into each other some type of way. So make sure that happens.
And I just love our connection with Ferguson, man, because I work in Ferguson daily, the southeast side, and I'm seeing that from 2014 to 2020, a few things have changed, but there's yet so much more to do. So, you know what I'm saying? You're one of those guys that kind of inspire me, to keep fighting the fight, because it's very political. A lot of things happening under our noses right now with this election that's happening. So, you know what I'm saying? We want to keep our people mentally healthy, because, you got to feed yourself soul food. Like the Goody Mob said, that's soul food.
That's true.
We need you, man. We need you, God.
Respect, so it seems like we're wrapping up a little bit. I want to see if there's anything else you'd like for the audience that we have watching and people who may rewatch this. What else do you want them to know? What other projects you got coming up? When's the album?
I just appreciate the opportunity to come on here and talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Right on.
We appreciate having you.
Damn right.
So, life is short, man, and
too short.
All I try to do is tell people, if anything, go for yours, man. Don't assume that you're gonna have the opportunity to do it tomorrow.
That's true.
I just feel like my life is a compilation of moments where I learned a lot of things in a lot of impractical situations. Like a lot of things that God has allowed me to see and allowed me to do have also simultaneously humbled me.
Man,
right on.
I think
humble as a child to enter the kingdom of God.
Give anything to anybody out there, man. It's just, don't be afraid to go for yours. Take the bull by the horn. It's all right to be humble, but also at the same time, it's all right to fully believe in yourself and your abilities.
Right.
And
let the world know God's good work, man.
Because I've been there before. Just I worked at Labor Ready,
Patriot, Manpower,
all that. Just trying to figure it out. But I knew I had something to say, and I knew I had a vision.
Right.
You just can't be afraid to stick to it if you know that it's real.
What if they hate on me, dog? What if I can't make it because of these haters, dog?
You can't worry about that, man.
Okay.
The love that you should have for yourself should be on such a divine level. You look in that mirror, man or woman, you should see God. Enough God that it don't matter what they doing. And then I invite the hate, because the hate to me ain't nothing but another challenge. It's another obstacle.
There you go. It's a challenge, right? I like that. Yes, sir. You got a global mindset, because I know for a fact most people that's from the East are thinking a global mindset. They don't see a problem. They see a challenge. And that's really all things that's not going your way is a challenge. So thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. Everything won't always go your way, you know what I'm saying? But yo, one more thing. My new album is coming out. Black Julian 3. We were talking about it.
What's the name of the album again?
Black
Julian 3.
Black Julian 3.
Yeah.
Get that.
It's not out yet, but I got Gangsta Blue on there. I got Told Y'all. I got
Project Pat, man. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved.
I got my man Noble from the Tupac.
I know. They came in. That's it.
Got some stuff coming, man. So you know.
You classic, brother. Tef Poe, you classic, man. It's coming from KP, man. I've been around forever, and game recognized game, bro. I want to just congratulate you and salutations, man. God bless your work, man.
Most definitely. Once again, you can get his album on Spotify. It is called Be Careful. That's the single that's coming out. And stay looking out for the new album, Black Julian
3. You got it, Osis. And I know the Lord ain't brought us this for just to drop us off here. Did we make ourselves clear? Peace, Tef Poe.
Peace, y'all. Love y'all.
Yes, sir. Love you too, brother. Real in the field.
Peace.
Are we through or we done? Are we finished or we through?